come today for a very special event at the Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education. A few days ago, I received a phone call from Chennai, and I was wondering, what can it be? And it so happened that we have been blessed with a donation of a library, a set of books which are meant to be about 116 total. The books which have been translated by His Holiness VIHEVrindavan. I'm sure many of you have heard of VIHEVrindavan. He is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, a very prominent leader in our society. He is a GBC member and an international preacher. He's based in Chennai, originally Japanese in one sense. He's born from a Japanese family, but he's born in Canada. And in 1970, he joined the Hare Krishna movement. And he has been always very interested in the study of Srila Prabhupada's books and somehow became a translator. I remember one time I was walking through the airport in Calcutta. And suddenly I see Maharaj sitting on some chairs in the middle of the airport. And he was sitting and he had his luggage and he had books open all around him. And I understood what he was doing. He was translating his books, and he was translating in the middle of the airport. And that's what we hear from the devotees who live with him in Chennai, is that he spends many hours, most of the hours of the day, translating. And he's translating from Sanskrit and from Bengali. Srila Prabhupada, of course, gave us the Vedic literature with his own purports, which are based on the commentaries of the Acharyas. Srila Prabhupada too, when he was sitting and dictating his purports, he was also surrounded by the commentaries of the Acharyas, and he extracted the essence of the commentaries to write his own purports. And Srila Prabhupada himself, on one hand, said that his books are sufficient for understanding Krishna consciousness, for practicing Krishna consciousness, for going back to Krishna. His books are the law books for the next 10,000 years. There is no need of any extra books. At the same time, we will find passages in Srila Prabhupada's purpose where he says that if someone is interested in clarifying some points in his books or understanding further, if one has this nature of studying deeply, then one is very much welcome to go to the commentaries of the Acharyas, to go to the books of the Acharyas, and to read and find out all this wealth of knowledge of, first of all, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. But all these books naturally are mostly in their original language, which would be either Sanskrit or Bengali. And they are not accessible. And this is one of the great works of our Acharyas, those who had this vision of how to fulfill Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's vision, that his name and his teachings would spread all over the world. The first understanding came from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who understood that if this Krishna consciousness movement has to spread, then we will have to translate. We cannot spread it in Sanskrit or in Bengali. We will have to translate. And the first book started to appear in English. So it is very important that this translation work continues, and Srila Prabhupada also desired that the BBT continue to translate the books of the Acharyas. So this work is going on, and there have been very prominent translators We remember Kushakrata Prabhu many years ago had translated so many books also of the Acharyas. So currently we had also Gopi Paranadana Prabhu, who wrote wonderful literatures. And today a very prominent translator is Bhanu Swami, amazingly prolific. We hear of 160 books which have been translated, and some of them are multiple volumes. So we are very grateful to Maharaj for doing this amazing work. Many times while we are teaching, as teachers, we need to refer to the Acharyas. We need to go and see what's behind all the presentations of one verse or a specific idea. So this is an invaluable work that Maharaj is doing. And as we understand, we will hear from one of his disciples how this idea came to donate a library to the VIH. Well, it's not just to the VIH. Actually, the plan is to establish sets of Maharaj translations in many places, and particularly in the places where the books are being taught or where there are libraries where people come to read. So this is a very wonderful idea. And we are very happy today to receive these books. We understand that the Shastra is a manifestation of Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam itself says that it is an incarnation of Krishna. It's a sound incarnation of Krishna. One time a devotee came to Srila Prabhupada and said that you said that Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna.
Japanese.
And now Prabhupada had just published the Nectar of Devotion. So that person came and had just read the Nectar of Devotion and said, Prabhupada, you said that the Bhagavatam is Krishna. It seems to me that the Nectar of Devotion is Radha. And Prabhupada said, you have understood correctly. That the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is a presentation of Bhakti. So it is directly a manifestation of the internal potency of Krishna. So in this way, the books are manifestations of divinity, and they bring into our life the very presence of the person that they are representing. They also bring into our life the presence of the authors, those who have authored those books. We get their association when we are reading these books. So today is an auspicious day here at the VIH that we are inaugurating this library of Bhanu Swami's books, which is going to go into the VIH library. And I would request Her Grace Anuradha Mataji to come and unveil the library so that we can have the first outcome of the books. I think the best thing we could do is offer our obeisances to these wonderful books. So without further delay, I would like to Shubhami Krishna Prabhu to give us further insight into this beautiful from VIHEVrindavan, VIHEVrindavan Maharaj himself, very much desirous to bless all the devotees to have access to these translations. As far as we are concerned here, we would like to increase the influence of these books and increase the presence of these books here, these Shastras, at the VIH. So what we will be doing now is we are going to focus on these books and welcome them by chanting their names and offering them our prayers along with flowers. So I'll request all the devotees to come closer and please give the basket of flowers. What we'll be doing is I'll be reading each, I'll be reading each and every name of the Shastras, the books which are here. And at the end of each and every name, you can offer flowers. We can sit down maybe. It's better. Sit down. Otherwise, don't turn your back too much to the TV. You have to be just like this. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, everybody, please come closer. Distribute some of the flowers. We will be offering the flowers. You offer little every time, and somebody please keep supplying the flowers. Everybody sit down. So let us start from commentaries on HH.BhanuMaharaj. So we'll first hear about the names of the commentaries on HH.BhanuMaharaj, and then the commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, and then we'll move into various scriptures compiled by the Acharyas. So every time I say the name of a Shastra, you may say HH.Puspanjalim, that we are offering the flowers. And everybody should actually be in the mood of praying that these books come into their lives and they may get the opportunity to read them. That's the best thing that could happen. All right, so let us start. All right, so let us go. Are we ready with the sound? Yes. Brihat Vaishnav Toshani by Sanatan Goswami. HH.Puspanjalim. Lagu Vaishnav Toshani by Srila Jiva Goswami. The Sat Sandarbhas, Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, Krishna Sandarbha, Bhakti Sandarbha, Preeti Sandarbha by Srila Jiva Goswami. The Krama Sandarbha by Srila Jiva Goswami. The Shruti Stuti Vakya, Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. Chatushloki Bhashyam, Srinivasa Acharya. Sarartha Darshini, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vaishnava Nandini, Baladev Vidyabhushana. Now the commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita. Sarartha Varshini Tika, Vaishnava, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Gita Bhushana, Baladev Vidyabhushan. Rasika Ranjana, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Vidvad Ranjana, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Now we'll hear of many books by the Acharyas. The Gita Govinda by Jayadev Goswami. Brihat Bhagavatamrita by Sanatan Goswami. Ujjvala Nilmani Rupa Goswami. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Rupa Goswami. Radha Krishna Garnodesh Deepika Rupa Goswami. Gopal Champu Jiva Goswami. Bhavana Sara Sangraha. Ananda Vrindavan Champu Kavi Karnapur. Govinda Lilamrita Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Bhagavatamrita Kana Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Ujjvala Nilmani Kiran Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Raghavatma Chandrika Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Krishna Bhavanamrita Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Ascharya Rasa Prabandha Prabodhanand Saraswati. Preyo Bhakti Rasarnava Nayananand Dadas. Yes, okay. Now some more. Flowers are there or finished? You better say, we have many. Mana Shiksha, Raghunath Das Goswami, Piyusha Vakshini Vritti, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Godruma Chandra Bhajano Padesh, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Swandiyamat Vadasa Shakam, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktya Loka, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada Muni, Shantilya Bhakti Sutra, Brahma Sanghita Dik Darshani Tika, Jiva Goswami, Brahma Sanghita Prakashini, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Madhurya Kadambini, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Brahma Sutras, Baladev Vidyabhushana, Bhakti Tattva Vivek, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Amnai Sutra, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Tattva Sutra, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Satvata Tantra, Krishna Bhakti Ratna Prakasha, Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra, Baladev Vidyabhushana, Mahamantra Vyakya, Raghunath Das Goswami, Nama Kaumudi, Lakshmi Dhara Kavi, Bhajan Rahasya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Sammodana Bhashyam, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Harinam Sintamani, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Swarup Damodar Karacha, Swarup Damodar, Prema Vivarta, Jagadananda Pandit, Govinda Dasira Karacha, Govinda Das, Murari Gupta Karacha, Murari Gupta, Chaitanya Chandramita, Prabodhananda Saraswati, Chaitanya Mahakayam, Kavi Karnapur, Gaura Karnodesh Deepika, Kavi Karnapur, Gaura Karnodesh, Chaitanya Mangala, Lord Sandas Thakur, Gauranga Lila Smarana Mangala Stotram, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaura Krishna Daya, Govinda Deva Kavi, Krishna Lila Stava, Sanatan Goswami, Stava Mala, Rupa Goswami, Stavavali, Raghunath Das Goswami, Yoga Sara, Stava Tika, Jiva Goswami, Gopala Virutavali, Jiva Goswami, Stavamrita Lahari, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Narottam Das Thakur, Vrindavan Mahimamrita, Prabodhananda Saraswati, Navadvip Shataka, Prabodhananda Saraswati, Jitante Stotram, Yes. Krishna Janmati Dividi Rupa Goswami. Satriya Sara Deepika Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Gayatri Vyakhya Jiva Goswami. Radha Krishnarchana Deepika Jiva Goswami. Gora Govindarchana Smarana Paddhati Gopal Guru Goswami. Gora Govindarchana Smarana Paddhati Dhyan Chandra Goswami. Krishna Bhajanamrita Narahari Sarkar Thakur. Mantrartha Deepika Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Explanation of Kama Beach and Kama Gayatri Prabodhananda Saraswati. Jagannath Vallabh Nataka Ramananda Rai. Dana Keli Chintamani Raghunath Das Goswami. Mukta Charitam Raghunath Das Goswami. Lalita Madhava Rupa Goswami. Vidagna Madhava Rupa Goswami. Madhava Mahotsava Jiva Goswami. Sankalpa Kalpa Vriksha Jiva Goswami. Chamatkara Chandrika Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Dana Keli Kaumudi Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Prema Samputa Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka Kavi Karnapura. Krishnanika Kaumudi Kavi Karnapur. Wait. Mathura Mahatmyam Rupa Goswami. Vrachariti Chintamani Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Aishwarya Kadambini Baladev Vidyabhushana. Navadvit Dham Mahatmya Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Defining Parakiya and defeating Swakiya Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Siddhanta Ratnam Baladev Vidyabhushana. Rameya Ratnavali Baladev Vidyabhushana. Vedanta Shyamantaka Radha Damodar Goswami. Jaiva Dharma Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Krishna Sanhita Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Prema Pradipa Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Tattva Viveka Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Chaitanya Shikshamrita Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Dashamula Tattva Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Datta Kaustuba Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Krishna Karunamrita Bilva Mangal Thakur. Padhyavali Rupa Goswami. Hansaduta Rupa Goswami. Buddha Sandesh Rupa Goswami. Sangeeta Madhava Prabodhananda Saraswati. Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi Prabodhananda Saraswati. Now the Upanishads. Aitareya Upanishad. Kena Upanishad. Shvetashvara Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Chandodaya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad. Prashna Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad. Muttaka Upanishad. Kathopanishad. Kalisantaran Upanishad. Ishopanishad with commentaries of Madhvacharya, Vedanta Deshika, Baladevi Jabhushan and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Gopal Tapani Upanishad with commentaries of Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladevi Jabhushana. Chaitanya Upanishad. Okay. How many more? Do you still have flowers? No, I think we have gone through everything. This is how wonderful. Hari Hari. So we very heartily welcome all these wonderful acharyas and all the wonderful manifestations of transcendental knowledge which have just reached the Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education, let us dedicate our services to the study of these books, in addition to the study of Srila Prabhupada's books, which will always remain the foundation of our understanding and knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
May I request someone get up here with Kirtan? Yes? Yes? So we will have Kirtan. Everybody please take part in the Kirtan. That is the topmost glorification of the Lord. And while we are doing Kirtan, there will be a Bhoga offering to the Shastra. We are offering Bhoga to the Shastra. And then there will be an Arti. So please stay around and take part in the Kirtan. Oh, yes. Krishna Kristaya Bhutale Srina Devati Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Bhagavate Gauravani Vatsali
Yeah. All the planets of the universe are reflecting the light of the sun. So, VIHEVrindavan is such a worthy disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he has produced all these wonderful publications. So what we will do now is we are going to take one of them and open it. This is the Ladu Bhagavatamrita by Srila Rupa Goswami with the commentary of Baladevi Bhushana. Very beautiful. We will read Yasyamalam Nripasadastu Yashodhanati Gayantyagatnam Rishayodhik Ivendra Tam Nakapala Vasupala Kirita Jushta Padam Bhujam Raghupatim Sharanam Prapadye. So this book actually is a wonderful book. It's a dissertation on all the expansions of the Lord. Very wonderful presentation. So here we are hearing of Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra's spotless name and fame, which vanquish all sinful reactions, are celebrated in all directions. Like the ornamental cloth of a victorious elephant that conquers all directions. Great saintly persons like Markandeya Rishi still glorify his characteristics in the assemblies of great emperors like Maharaj Yudhishthira. Similarly, all the saintly kings and all the demigods, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, worship the Lord by bowing down with their helmets. Let me offer my obeisances unto his lotus. Sri Ram Ki Jai. Now we hear Baladev Goswami's Baladev Vidyabhushan's commentary. Having shown the aim of Rama's pastimes, the speaker now gives proof of this. In the assemblies of kings like Yudhishthira, the sages such as Markandeya still praise his fame. What type of fame does he have? His fame is his ornament, like the cloth on the elephants who conquer all directions. That means his fame conquers all directions. So this is a commentary by Baladev Vidyabhushan. He's meditating on the fame. Lord Paramachandra is so famous, and his glories are chanted in the assemblies of the kings. This means that the greatest place where you can glorify someone is amongst great personalities, right? If you glorify someone somewhere in a corner, to some people who are like simple people, it's okay. That if you glorify someone in front of the kings of the world, then that personality will be very worthy, of course, and will become more and more famous. So this is the fame of Lord Ram, praised by sages such as Markandeya. And what is that type of fame? It says the fame of Lord Ram is his ornament. Like an elephant is ornamented by a beautiful cloth, and he goes ahead to conquer all directions. So the Lord Ram conquers all directions by his fame. I surrender to that Ram. How is he described? The crowns of the Devatas, such as Indra, who is known as Nagapala, and of the kings, Vasupala, touch his lotus feet. So this is the description of Lord Ram, who is famous and is worshipped. His fame is spread all over the courts of all the great leaders of the world, and he, at his lotus feet, are the helmets of the heads of the demigods bowing down before him. Both the demigods, who are the kings of heavens, and the Vasupala, means the kings of this earth, and they are also bowing down unto Lord Ram. So this is a small excerpt of this library. The key will be with me. Huh? So we'll make sure we don't lose any of these books, and we pray on this day to Srila Prabhupada that he may bless us, that we may, because one thing is to have the books next to us, and the other is to open it and read it and absorb it. So welcome to everyone to increase their reading propensities. Thank you very much to the devotees who are brought this wealth to us, and especially we'd like to thank the donor, Gauranga Prasad Prabhu. We do not know him. He's the one who sponsored this whole library here. And so we are very grateful. We hope to meet him someday. We welcome him. We'd like to invite him to visit the VIH and maybe sit in the classroom and hear a little bit the beautiful narrations of the Shastra. So this is the essence of our life as devotees. It is Shiksha. We take instructions from the previous Acharyas. At the top of the cover here, we see pictures of all the authors of these books. So take advantage, take darshan to your obeisances, and let us pray that the Shastras may manifest in our heart and may transform our heart so that we may be able to serve the Lord appropriately. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
We want to give gift to the attendees.
A gift for the attendees. Oh,
Yeah.
that's very
The
nice.
scripture.
Okay, everybody's getting a picture of the Grand Acharyas, the writers of all these wonderful books. Okay, so we'll distribute this swiftly. Hari Hari. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are. The Grand Acharyas. Would you like? Yes. What? Yes. What? Yes. Hari Bol, Shri Shri Radha Govinda ki jai. Oh, now we have two in the center. Okay. Why don't you Huh? You want to cut? You want to cut? All right. You can on here, you're a student. What is that?
And the books, the categories.
Thank you very much for your feedback. Thank you for sending me your feedback.